This Australian is on his way home, giving up a post through which he has become well known in Rome.
It's been an uplifting, invigorating posting as an Australian Ambassador to the Holy See, first Rome resident Ambassador to the Holy See, but basta, enough, because I've got quite a young family and because I think there should be a turnover and renewal every 3-4 years. It's certainly getting to meet some very wonderful and very senior people, starting with the Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI, but many beavering away behind the scenes, below the radar screen, who are the most dedicated, dynamic people. And you learn a great deal from them as you move around this eternal city of Rome and beyond. And so personally, that's been an absolute delight, plus the chance in winter on Saturdays to complete writing a book, Trains Unlimited in the 21st Century, because when my family's not here, it was a chance just to lock up and put the research down in writing on that and a few other subjects. On the professional front, pursuing 3 issues: religious freedom, interfaith dialogue, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist relations and the like. Very important for Australia and Australia's relations with Indonesia, the largest Muslim population nation in the world, and the issue of food security and the coming world famine.
Becoming a familiar face in the crowd at Vatican events, like this ordination of seminarians from the North American College to the diaconate last October, or the resurrection of this steam train last summer to raise money for Caritas. Taking part in so many events, he says, is one of the benefits of being a resident ambassador in Rome.
It is so much easier to do the job if you are on the ground here in Rome. The Vatican is not an entirely closed ship, but you have to know where to look, which conferences to attend, which contacts to pursue. And if you're only flying in for 4 times a year from Dublin or from the Hague or from Geneva, then that becomes very difficult to do in a comprehensive professional way. It would be not wise for countries to bail out at this time. Yes, the Holy See goes through cycles, and at one period of the pontificate of Pope John Paul II, there was a lot on the boil. The coming down of the Berlin Wall, the opening up of Eastern Europe, which Pope John Paul II was directly involved, the border treaty between Argentina and Chile just over 25 years ago, where a border war was about to break out. Again, Pope John Paul II, the Holy See, fully involved. There's a good deal of information, although not too much should be made of that flowing through the hub of Rome, best tapped by having embassies here. Yes, the number of Rome resident ambassadors will fluctuate. It probably is possible that 1 or 2 may drop off during this period of great economic difficulty. But I think the smarter way would be to perhaps look for cost cutting whilst maintaining the embassy, but perhaps reducing the size of some of the larger embassies is something to expect in these tough times. Closure, well, I'm not sure that would be a very wise step, but it's for others to make that judgment.
Looking back, this day in 2010 was one of the highlights of his time in Rome. It's the canonisation ceremony that included Australia's first saint, the religious sister, St Mary MacKillop. Throughout his stay, the time close to the Pope helped him to build up his own Catholic faith.
It's been uplifting personally as well as professionally. Not so much for the grand ceremonies across the way, but because you get to experience a raft of levels and a time to attend many conferences which relate to spirituality and the like, but also to go to a place called Cara Vita Church, which happens to be where Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart once played in Rome, next to Saint Ignazio. There's a mass on English on Sundays at 11 a.m. and a very interesting group of 4 priests leading that and giving sermons which are way above the average country sermon in a country parish in Australia, for which I'll probably now get belted up when I go back to Australia for saying that, but These are people at the peak of their university lecturing careers at the Gregorian University and elsewhere. These are people who are professional in every way, but wonderful priests leading a small community at Cara Vita, and that's certainly helped my faith.
So, that's it. It's back down under to the farm and writing.
In buco al lupo, arrivederci, good luck, goodbye.